If the power grid collapses tomorrow, that $70,000 truck sitting in your driveway instantly turns into a 5,000-pound coffin. Modern vehicles are entirely dependent on fragile microchips and engine control units. Whether it is a cyber attack, an EMP, or a government-mandated manufacturer kill switch, if the computers die, you are stranded. But hidden in garages across America, smart mechanics and preppers are actively hoarding the last of the pre-OBD beasts. These are 100% mechanical machines that run on pure compression, metal, and fuel with absolutely zero microchips to fry. Today we are breaking down the pre-OBD loophole and the only 3 trucks you should be buying right now to survive what is coming. Walk into any modern dealership today and you are not actually buying a truck. You are taking out an 84-month loan on a rolling smartphone that requires a constant connection to a cellular network just to authorize its own replacement parts. We have covered how automakers are using vehicle identification, number locking, and software traps to steal your right to repair. But the danger goes much deeper than just expensive dealership visits. It is a matter of absolute survival. The average 2026 pickup truck has over 100 separate computer modules. It has electronic fuel injection, electronic steering, electronic transmission control, and push-button ignition. If a major grid event happens, like a localized EMP, a massive solar flare, or a targeted cyber attack on our infrastructure, those delicate circuits will fry instantly. You will not even be able to roll your windows down, let alone escape a dangerous situation. Your state-of-the-art 4x4 will be completely dead on the road, while guys in 30-year-old beaters casually drive right past you. The secret to surviving is not buying the newest, most expensive gear. The secret is going backward. You need to look for the pre-OBD loophole. Before 1996, the government had not yet mandated onboard diagnostics across the entire auto industry. That means there are specific, legendary trucks built in the late 80s and early 90s that rely on purely mechanical engineering. No engine control modules, no digital sensors, no anti-theft immobilizers to brick the ignition. Just spark, air, compression, and fuel. At the absolute top of this survival list is the undisputed king of the mountain, the 1989 to 1998 Dodge Ram with the legendary 12-valve Cummins diesel engine. If you are preparing for a grid-down scenario, this is the holy grail. While modern diesels are choked out by diesel exhaust fluid, complex emission sensors, and high-pressure electronic injectors that fail if you look at them wrong, the 12-valve Cummins is a masterpiece of primitive, unstoppable force. Specifically, you want the 1994 to 1998 models equipped with the Bosch P7100 mechanical fuel injection pump, commonly called the P-pump. That pump is completely gear-driven off the camshaft. It does not need a computer to tell it when to fire fuel into the cylinders. In fact, the entire engine only requires one electrical wire to run, the fuel shutoff solenoid. Here is the ultimate prepper cheat code. If an EMP goes off and that single electrical solenoid gets fried, you can reach into the engine bay, tie a piece of string or a shoelace to the shutoff lever, pull it up by hand, pop the clutch, and this massive cast iron beast will roar to life and run until it is completely out of fuel. It requires absolutely zero electricity to operate once it is running. It is entirely immune to software glitches, grid failures, and remote shutdowns. Now I know exactly what is happening in the comments right now. A lot of you are furious, asking why the 7.3-liter Ford Power Stroke is not on this list. Let me be clear, the 7.3 is a legendary engine, one of the greatest heavy-duty diesels ever produced. But here is the brutal, unforgiving truth for a survival scenario. The 7.3 Power Stroke uses a computer module and HEUI, hydraulic electronic unit injectors. It relies on an electronic signal to fire the fuel. If a major grid event or an EMP happens, that computer module is getting fried, and your beloved 7.3 is going to be a dead paperweight on the side of the road next to the 2026 models. Meanwhile, the fully mechanical 12-valve Cummins is going to keep on driving. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that hard truth, or if you think I am completely wrong. I want to hear your defense of the 7.3, but when the lights go out, pure mechanics beat electronics every single time. That brings us to the second vehicle on the 100% mechanical list. Not everyone wants a heavy-duty diesel, and finding clean diesel fuel in an apocalypse might not be easy. For the ultimate gasoline survival truck, look for a 1987 to 1996 Ford F-150, known as OBS, standing for Old Body Style, equipped specifically with the 4.9-liter, 300 cubic inch inline-6 engine. Do not get distracted by the V8 engines. The Ford 300 inline-6 is widely considered by veteran mechanics to be the most durable, indestructible gasoline engine ever built. Ford put this same motor in UPS delivery trucks, wood chippers, tractors, and heavy industrial generators. Why? Because you literally cannot kill it. There is no timing chain to stretch, and there is no timing belt to suddenly snap and destroy your valves. The camshaft is driven entirely by massive interlocking steel gears. It is a giant, heavy chunk of cast iron that produces pure, low-end tractor torque. It will not win a drag race off the stoplight, but after a systemic collapse, you do not need speed. You need reliability. You need a truck that can pull a house off its foundation, drag fallen trees out of the road, and keep firing on all cylinders, even if it has not seen a fresh oil change in 40,000 miles. If you find a clean OBS Ford with the inline-6 and a manual transmission, buy it with cash immediately. It is a rapidly appreciating asset. Finally, we reach the third vehicle on the grid collapse survival list. For this one, we look overseas to the truck that has literally become the global standard for warfare and survival. You have seen it on the evening news in every conflict zone across the planet. I am talking about the Toyota pickup from the 1980s to the early 1990s, globally known as the Hilux, specifically the carbureted 22R4 cylinder engine. Notice I said the 22R, not the 22RE. The E stands for electronic fuel injection, and in a true EMP or grid down scenario, we do not want electronics. We want the purely mechanical carburetor. The 22R is a masterpiece of simplistic, bulletproof engineering. There are no complicated wiring harnesses to short out. There are no mass airflow sensors to fail. It mixes fuel and air using pure mechanical vacuum and physics. If something goes wrong with this engine in the middle of a desert, you do not need a $3,000 dealership diagnostic scanner to figure out the problem. You can fix it with a hammer, a flathead screwdriver, and a roll of duct tape. It is a lightweight, nimble 4x4 that can traverse washed-out roads and ruined infrastructure while barely sipping fuel. The frame will rust away to dust long before the 22R engine ever gives up the ghost. We are living in an era where ownership is being systematically erased. Automakers, insurance companies, and the government want you dependent on their infrastructure, their software updates, and their dealerships. They are engineering modern trucks to be fragile, traceable, and fully reliant on the digital grid. When you drive a 2026 vehicle, you are driving on their terms. But when you buy a 12-valve Cummins, an old body style Ford inline six or a carbureted Toyota 22R, you are buying ultimate, uncompromised freedom. You are buying a machine that answers to no one but you. These trucks are rapidly disappearing from Facebook Marketplace and local classifieds because the smart drivers, the preppers, and the veteran mechanics are quietly buying them up and storing them in barns across the country. They know exactly what is coming. They know that when the grid fails, the screens go dark, and the dealerships lock their doors, the only currency that will matter is absolute mechanical reliability. Stop taking out 84-month loans for plastic, computerized traps. Find the rust-free analog beasts, buy them in cash, learn how to turn a wrench, and take back your independence.